So now that we are in 2021 and we finally leave the horrendous year of 2020 behind us, I try to remember the good things about 2020, and the only good things that actually come up to my mind that was good in 2020 were video games. We had games like Doom Eternal, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, The Last of Us Part 2, and many more. And when I sit down and especially think about The Last of Us Part 2, I remember more how this game was being hated by the gaming community even months before the game even came out. And beneath all that hate that this game was receiving because of major leaks that occurred in April 26, 2020, there was always a common denominator on why this game was being hated so much. And that is basically because of one character that was introduced in this story, and her name is Abby Anderson. Abby from The Last of Us Part 2 is seen as one of the most hated video game characters of all time. And from my perspective, I truly actually believe that because the amount of hate that she has received is honestly incredible. So what I'm going to try to do here is to simply discuss a few reasons why Abby's character is so hated, and just to give out basically a perspective for both people that love The Last of Us Part 2 and hate The Last of Us Part 2, because the animosity between these two groups is honestly so out of control. All I want to do is try and calm down the storm and shed some light into this situation and see if I can help both sides involved in this constant war to understand and respect each other's points of views and opinions about this game. I will of course make a separate video on why Abby's character is actually loved by some gamers, so make sure to stay tuned for that video, which will come right after this video is posted. So, before discussing about this topic, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to support this video with a like, because it truly helps the channel out a lot. So, now that we got that out of the way, make sure to get comfortable, put some headphones on, and let's talk about why Abby is so hated. Abby Anderson is a character that I truly believe could have been actually loved by everyone that is a fan of The Last of Us. But she does something in this game that pissed the living shit out of many The Last of Us fans, and for what it seems, a good chunk of the gaming community. So, let's get straight to the main reason why basically Abby is such a hated character, and that is because she killed one of the most beloved characters of all time, Joel. Now, she did not just kill Joel. She first used a shotgun and proceeded to shoot his knee and leg, incapacitating Joel, and then decided to torture him with a golf club until she eventually was forced to accelerate things and decided to end Joel's life. Many people saw this event as a spit in the face to The Last of Us fans, and as something so disrespectful to the character of Joel, because many people grew to love Joel from the first The Last of Us, and that basically meant that they grew a special bond with Joel. All many players wanted was basically another adventure with their beloved Ellie and Joel. And even though we all suspected that Joel was going to die in this game, many of us expected for Joel to probably die a hero's death, probably saving Ellie's life or just dying for a bigger cause, not just to die in the first 2 hours of the game, like if he was nothing. This is what many people that hate Abby and The Last of Us Part 2 have told me on Twitter and in the comment section of a video that I made a few months ago called Why The Last of Us Part 2 is Hated, a video I highly recommend you guys seeing if you're interested. It's hard for some gamers to actually accept the fact that Joel died the way he did, like a normal human being that basically did something wrong and they tracked him down and he was killed. Joel basically giving some of his trust to Abby as he saved her life from a horde of infected, just for Abby to betray him and at the end kill him. For some people, it just did not work. Now, we eventually find out later the reason why Abby even killed Joel in the first place, and it was because Joel, without knowing, killed the surgeon in part 1 to save Ellie, and that surgeon was actually Abby's father. And even though it is a valid reason on why Abby hated and resented Joel for what he did, many people just hated the fact that they had to wait 7 years for the sequel of The Last of Us just for Naughty Dog to decide to end Joel's life so soon, and also in the manner in which they did. People feel that Abby killing Joel because he killed Abby's father, the surgeon, was honestly just lazy writing to get rid of Joel, and some even go as far to say that Naughty Dog did this on purpose to push their supposed agenda that men are bad, women are good, and to push forward identity politics in this game. Now, let's be real guys. For those who have actually played this game, either you liked it or not, We all know that the narrative that this game promotes identity politics is completely fabricated by people online that are mostly those reactionary channels or these anti-SJW people who basically profit from the outrage and the reaction of people online. And of course, if they can put something into the mix or fabricate something out of the blue just to get those clicks and likes, then they're going to do it. Listening to these type of people who love to spread hate for their own benefit is honestly just a waste of time. Now, another big reason why Abby is so hated is because after she killed Joel, we experience Ellie's 3 days in Seattle trying to hunt Abby down. Naughty Dog does something really risky in this situation and something that not a lot of companies would actually even dare on doing. They decided to make us play as Abby and experience her perspective of the story right when the climax of the story basically was beginning in the theater, where Abby and Ellie were about to confront each other. Now, this is a bold and risky move on Naughty Dog's behalf because you are essentially telling your audience, you fellow gamer will now have to play as the killer of one of your favorite characters ever, and you have to now see her perspective on everything that happened in Seattle and experiencing the consequences of Abby killing Joel. And this is, for what I know, a big no-no for some gamers. The fact that we had to play as the person that you're trying to kill just did not sit right with many gamers and made them feel like Naughty Dog just went way too far with this decision on forcing the idea of perspective. For what I've seen, many gamers that dislike this game felt bored and uninterested in Abby's section of this game. Because of what she did to Joel, some people just did not open up with Abby, her friends, and did not even care to actually understand her perspective of this story. Many people just wanted to go back to the theater, back to the climax of the story, and just find a way to kill Abby. Some influential content creators like PewDiePie showed the same frustrations with this section of the game like many other gamers, and that in a way put some more flames into the fire. And I guess what makes this whole situation probably worse is when after Ellie, who sacrificed everything she had, her partner Dina, her son JJ, her farm, her happiness, her life, just to pursue Abby once more to get her revenge. After Abby spared Dina and Ellie's life back in the theater, just to encounter a weakened and muscleless Abby and force her to fight to the death. And after all that happened, Ellie decided to spare Abby's life in the end. This triggered many gamers and made so many people just feel mad and feel like this whole game was just a waste of time. Abby as a character might never be considered a loved character for what she did to Joel. She might never receive any type of respect and might be seen as Naughty Dog's biggest mistake. Now, even though some people may think this, I don't actually agree with that. My personal opinion on Abby is that Abby is actually a misunderstood character. I honestly believe if the leaks never happened and everyone played this game the way it should be intended to play, which was not knowing that Abby was basically involved in Joel's death and that you're of course going to play as her in the middle of the game, probably Abby's character would have been understood or actually even loved, because people wouldn't have the influence of a lot of people online or content creators who are trying to push that narrative that this game is bad, or that this game is an SJW type of propaganda type of game, or that Abby is a trash character because she killed Joel or whatever. It would have given you a chance to basically see this character from what Naughty Dog intended, basically you hating her at first and then actually seeing her perspective and see if you alone can actually understand her perspective and be in her shoes and actually challenge yourself to see if you can like this character. And in my opinion, I think if it was like that, if nobody was influencing anybody else, some gamers might have probably connected with Abby a little bit more. Now, these are not the only reasons why Abby is hated as a character. There could be many other reasons why Abby is hated, and these are just basically reasons that I stated because of what I've seen of people basically tell me on the comment sections on previous videos that I've posted, on my social media, and on other places that I've seen people discuss on why they hate Abby as a character. Like I said, I'm not 100% right. I don't have all the facts. I'm human and I make mistakes, and I sometimes forget other valid reasons on why this character is so hated. So if you have other reasons why Abby is hated as a character, or why you hate Abby as a character, please let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you actually like Abby as a character, please let me know in the comment section down below as well. I want to have a conversation with you guys to see why you like her, why you dislike her, and it will be really great to just see what you guys think about this. One last thing, guys. Remember that these videos are never meant to hurt your feelings or to make you mad to the point in which you just want to insult me for having an opinion, or even in some cases send me death threats just because I have different opinions from you guys. Please, let's be civil and just try to understand each other and have a conversation about this game. I truly want to see your points of views, either if it's good or bad, and honestly, that's just what I want to do. This is my purpose for creating this channel, and honestly, it's kind of sad that I even have to ask for this, for people to be civil in the comment sections, but I guess that's the world we live in right now, and I just hope, by me saying this, at least it can make a few of the, really bad comments go away, and more people feel, safe that they can express their opinions in the comment sections down below in my videos. Before you guys leave, consider leaving a like in this video if you liked the video, and also dislike the video if you disliked it. It's fine. Share this video if you like this video with everyone you know and likes The Last of Us Part 2 or hates The Last of Us Part 2. And follow me on Twitter at TrueAP Gaming if you want to personally speak with me about video games like The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk, whatever. If you guys want to just have a nice conversation with me, you guys can DM me in my Twitter. Stay positive, stay safe, endure and survive, and I'll see you guys next time.